cooks, welcome back to the Cookbook Club. Today we're on to our second recipe out of All About Braising by Molly Stevens. We are making country style ribs braised with chipotle, roasted tomatoes, and red peppers. Sounds amazing. Eric actually picked this recipe. So we'll see how it comes out. Welcome to the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen. So we are on a cookbook adventure. Every month I pick one cookbook and we cook one recipe out of it each week. So we are on to week 2, like I said, All About Braising from Molly Stevenson. This is going to be an amazing recipe. We're going to start out roasting some tomatoes and bell peppers. So let me grab them. So the first thing we need to do is roast some veggies in the oven. Hopefully I won't set off the smoke alarm. I have a sheet pan right here. We're going to generously coat it with some oil. She didn't say what type of oil. And I'm assuming since it's going in the broiler, it needs to be a decently temperature oil, right? You don't want it smoking. And then we're going to put a bell pepper on here. Yeah. And some tomatoes. And some garlic. So I'm going to turn on our broiler. So the tomatoes are going to go about 5 minutes. We're going to turn them and go a little 5 minute more. The garlic might be done. If it's not, we'll leave it in there for a minute or 2 more. This might take a little longer, maybe 4 or 5 minutes longer. So we'll be taking them out in stages. Let me go heat my oven. Okay, into the oven they go. It's hot in there.
The element's 806 degrees.
This pepper is pretty close, so the tomatoes will be coming out first. Oven cam, those tomatoes are kicking in there a little bit.
It's only not, it hasn't even been 2 minutes.
We're rotating him because he's
Getting beat up.
Well, he needs to be charred.
He needs to be charred. He is charred.
They all need to be charred.
Well, they're starting to get charred. It'll take us some time.
Whoa.
So we got a lot of stuff going on in there.
Is that oil going to catch it on fire?
Well, it shouldn't. Put some char on that side. These are Roma tomatoes. They seem to be holding up relatively well. The pepper was leaking some fluid just a minute ago. He's still pretty tough, so he needs to keep going. These guys still need to go.
How's the garlic over there?
I don't even know where the garlic is.
Stir it around a little.
The garlic is.
There's one more garlic over there.
Huh? Oh, I just burnt myself.
Be careful, then.
All right. So, okay.
Get the garlic.
You want the garlic?
Yeah. That pepper looks done. Pull the pepper.
You want to get the pepper? Okay. I don't see. Got one more garlic.
Okay, the pepper needs some plastic wrap over it. So thank you. I'm going to let these tomatoes cool and the pepper cool down too.
You need the garlic?
And the garlic, the tomatoes. Once the skin's off, and the skins are coming off.
Just came off.
Still hot though. So let's cool down. We'll be back. Okay, so we got the skin off of here. We got to get the core out of here. My hands are clean. These are going in a food processor, so it doesn't matter if it's pretty.
Oh.
I'm just taking that core out. We got the skin off. Mm-hmm. Cut cut the core out.
Oh, I thought you. Huh?
Nothing. Yeesh. Skin it. Core it. These are kind of juicy. So we have some garlic here that's completely burnt up.
Is it usable at all?
No, but I have some roasted garlic left over, so I'm probably going to be using that. That was a fail.
When were we supposed to boil the garlic? Before they caught on fire?
She acted like it was, a little warm still. So they want us to peel this bell pepper. Still a little warm. Okay, so let me go grab a food processor. Okay, so we have our food processor out here. I'm going to go ahead and take our tomatoes and peppers and the juices, and I'm going to put that in here. Roasted. All since we burnt our garlic, I actually
That's leftover roasted from.
yeah, because I roasted this yesterday. I roasted a couple extra. I kind of wanted a little garlicky. I roasted a couple extra bulbs. So we're going to put in a little bit of salt. This is kosher salt. We have some oregano or oregano, cloves, ground cloves. She toasted her cumin seeds and then grinded them. I buy this really strong fragrant cumin from I ordered from El Paso, so I'm using that. We got a little apple cider vinegar, and she wants you to kind of put a little sugar in here. I'm going to start out with a little bit. We're going to go put this down, puree it. Don't mind my food processor because this was the first one in the pan room. It's slow.
Yeah, the vitamins can be done by now.
Yeah. So we're going to put a little bit of water in here to loosen it. Take a little. I can put a little bit more sugar in there. And that's what we look like there. So let me go grab my stove. Okay, so we have our country bone-in pork ribs. I did sort of screw up on that sauce a little bit. I forgot to put the chipotle and adobo sauce in there. So we're going to puree that up and put it in there when we deal with the sauce. So we're going to deal with this first. We're going to salt and pepper these country style pork ribs, bone in. I don't know, where does a bone come from? Because this isn't really ribs. Country ribs aren't ribs, right?
Well, the pork shoulder does have a bone, so maybe they cut that up somehow.
I don't know. It says bone in. I don't even see any bone.
Maybe they lied.
Yeah, I don't see. I literally don't see any bone in this. Maybe this one piece doesn't even have any. Maybe bone in means it has a fat cap on it.
I don't know.
They name things weird.
I thought it was funny that the real ribs are actually cheaper than the fake ribs. 50 cents a pound.
Okay, let's brown these babies up. Okay, our Dutch oven or our braiser is heated up here. And I'm going to explain why I'm varying from the recipe. So she wants us to brown the ribs off, put them into a baking dish, then do the sauce, pour that over there, and then cover the baking dish with parchment and foil. Ooh.
The parchment protects the foil from the acid.
Yeah, the parchment protects the acid in the tomatoes from breaking down the foil. I really don't want to go through all that. I'm doing it all in a braiser. Because I think maybe she assumes, maybe they assume people don't have a braiser. I don't know.
But she doesn't want a Dutch oven.
No, she doesn't want a deep Dutch oven. So we're going to brown these like 6 to 7 aside. So we'll be back. Okay, so we're looking like we're browned here. This is the second batch. We're putting them off, on a plate over here. We're going to temp them. And in this little old pan, I'm going to get rid of that because it's dirty. We're going to put some white onion.
The whole thing in there. Put the whole thing, boo-boo.
Wow.
Yeah, you live one.
She wanted a large white onion, and that's what that definitely is.
It'll cook down.
I guess. So we're going to saute this until these are softened. Okay. These onions are looking tasty. They've got all those bits off the bottom. We're going to go ahead and put our chipotle. We put the chipotle in here. Chipotle tomato puree.
Yeah, it's not at all matters.
We're going to stir this into the onions. I don't know, this is probably going to need some salt. Because there wasn't.
I really don't know how you would eat that the way it is. It needs salt. Unless the pork is somehow salty.
So we're going to simmer this for like 8 to 10 minutes and it's going to darken. It's looking good. Okay, so we're going to put the meat back in here. Meat. Nestle the meat in here. Put a little sauce on top of it.
Meat and its own sauce.
Yeah.
You got juices on there. Might as well put that in there, right?
Are those juices or?
Yes, it's not blood. It's myoglobin, okay?
So we're going to put the lid on here. This is going in the oven. We're starting out at 300. After about 10 minutes, check it and make sure that the sauce is not boiling. It just should be gently simmering. If it is, lower the temp a little bit. It's going to be there for about an hour and 15. We're going to flip the meat halfway through and then
turn the temp up.
Yeah, so at that point, we're going to take the lid off, turn the temp up for 30 minutes with no lid on it. So when all that happens, we'll be back.
We'll let you know how it turns out.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been an hour and 15.
All right.
Ooh.
I know.
That's got to come off. That's looking mighty fine here.
All right, so
You want to do some flipping?
yeah, I guess I'm flipping. We didn't flip earlier like we were supposed to, so we're now flipping. But I mean, they're pretty much submerged. And yes, they are very tender. You can just see.
Tender.
You can see by the squishing factor. So they've only been in here for 75 minutes. But braising cooks way faster than dry heat. And this is just proof of it. We still got another 30 minutes and we got to raise the temperature up too. Is that crazy? I mean, these bad boys are probably close to being done anyways, but...
No, I think
Yeah, I mean, we got to remove the lid here.
So we're going to be raising the temp up. And we'll be back in a half hour.
Oh,
Look at that.
Ooh.
Put out a little.
Pull out a little. Oh.
Okay, it's out of the oven and looking good. We adjusted the seasoning. Eric took a little taste of the sauce, and we needed some salt, so he did that. I'm going to put a little bit of greenery on the top. Just sprinkle it a little bit with some cilantro. Okay, Eric cooked himself some rice up in here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go ahead and let me put a little sauce on the rice. For starters.
Yeah, a little flavor.
Give us a nice piece of the rib here. That's a lot of piece of the rib. You want to come over and taste?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, boo. Try it out. Molly Stevens.
I just want to thank Amy for all her hard work, because this is not a quick dish.
Yeah, this was not a quick
By
dish.
no means. But it looks like it's a quality one.
This is not a weeknight dish.
No.
So we have country style pork ribs, braised with chipotle, roasted tomatoes, and red peppers. The title is a mouthful.
You can darn near cut this with just a fork. I didn't really use the knife other than to hold it. So I will say it's tender. So the cook time was technically perfect, right? So let's see how it tastes, right?
Tender?
Tender, not mushy at all. Still has some texture to it. It did absorb the flavor from the liquid. So Amy was like, is it going to be flavorful? The
Yeah, I was
yes.
like, that...
I have to say, this is a good recipe.
When I took it out of the oven, he said the braiser did amazing.
You know, we didn't do that whole, play the game with foil and parchment paper. If we needed access to meat, we lift the lid, we toss things, we put the lid back on. We didn't have to go wrapping foil, worry about it spilling over. The Creuset did an awesome job. So
I was afraid with just all the tomatoes, sometimes it's just bland, so you need quite a bit of salt in there.
It's really hard to say, but a lot of flavors melted together. You always hear that. Well, what's it taste like? Well, you got tomato, you got peppers. The chipotle is in there, okay? You taste a little bit of that. I will say you have a little bit of back heat. It's not enough to kill you, but you don't want to be eating this at midnight, okay? Because you probably might get a little, something in your stomach, an hour later. But
So how do you rate the dish?
I say it's got a lot of flavor.
Is it thumbs up?
Oh, yeah, I say it's definitely
Thumbs up.
Come on.
Yay! Recipe number 2, all about braising. I think this was a success. It was quite a bit of work.
It's not technically difficult. It's just time consuming. You have brown the meat. You got to cook it in there. You got to do the prep. But the flavors melt together really good.
And it's a good learning.
It is. So when people say, what's braising? Cooking with a liquid, right? I would say it's great.
So I would say Eric's on his way to finish his dinner.
I'm already there.
Thanks for joining us.